Hello, it's Tuesday on The Rocks. Here are the headlines. Those blackouts will keep reducing as GPL continues to work to upgrade its systems. Radio frequency hoarders will come under the scrutiny of the regulatory body, GNBA. President Granger and First Lady complete the first set of their routine annual medical checkup in neighboring Trinidad and have been given a clean bill of health. Commonwealth Games gold medalist, triple jumper Troy Doris is home. Linden Youth elated with Mining Town Youth League activities. And lifestyle legislation being considered as part of the fight against money laundering. We start this evening by telling you there is some good news about that issue that vexes all of us, blackouts. They are far fewer now than a few years ago when they were a regular daily nuisance. Though the situation has improved, there is still more work to be done to altogether eliminate this irritant. Renetta LaFleur reports that GPL is taking measures to improve and that Minister of Public Infrastructure David Patterson is talking tough and holding the power company accountable.
Minister Patterson explained that the power company is prioritizing the upgrade of the transmission and distribution system and replacing aged transmission lines.
The good news is that when we do get this new generating set, what we'll be doing is for the high voltage section, which is taking the power from the generators to the substation, we'll be building a new infrastructure for that. So therefore, obviously, when this is finished, that line will be more reliable and stable. So therefore, the total shutdowns will be greatly reduced.
Earlier in this month, GPL was fined by the Public Utilities Commission for failing to improve its service and meet targets. Minister Patterson said he supports the decision and will continue working with the company to improve its services. He said GPL must strive to meet its targets.
The number of outages per year, it's supposed to be only 75. The GPL last year, the year being assessed was 125. So therefore, obviously, they didn't hit that target. They're supposed to be sending out bills, 98% of the, this will do meter readings of 97% of the consumers, meaning that you're supposed to go physically at some point in a year, go and read 97% of the meters. GPL only was able to do 92%, so there's a shortfall. So we I personally fully supported the PUC's position. It's time we start holding GPL accountable to these standards.
According to the minister, the planned natural gas project will help to resolve the generation issue and provide enough capacity at a reduced cost to customers. Renetta LaFleur for InfoHub.
Radio frequency hoarders will come in for scrutiny. This is the warning of Chairman of the Guyana National Broadcasting Authority, Leslie Sobers. Zanil Williams has this story.
We will not condone broadcasters hoarding for whatever reason, because they may be hoarding it to speculate. When all the others are gone, then they may decide, well, look, we want to transfer to somebody else. And that has happened already, where persons had frequencies and they disposed of it to others. Wouldn't call names, but even though the law allows that to happen with the permission of the Broadcasting Authority, it's not something that we really encourage.
The GNBA began its door-to-door review of newly licensed radio agencies yesterday with a tour of the Brutal Communications Group Incorporated, a radio station, MAD 97.1 FM, which is 75% completed. Chief Executive Officer of Brutal Groups Incorporated, Christian Duncan, says that he is quite overwhelmed that his station will be launched in July and is anticipating transforming Guyana's radio world.
We are building a network. It will be the first synchronous FM network in Guyana. Our intended geographic coverage will extend from the Quarantine through Demerara to Charity, and from Demerara, the coast, all the way up to Linden, Bartica, Aichuni, Kokwani.
According to the GNBA chairman, the time frame for any expected radio entity to put all the necessary measures in place is a period of 3 to 5 months. However, the authority will take into consideration the financial capability of the entity to launch a station.
From Brutal Inc. studio with videographer Anil Silal, Zanil Williams for InfoHub. Join us after this quick break for some important messages. Daddy! Welcome back. President David Granger and First Lady Mrs. Sandra Granger yesterday completed the first round of their routine annual medical checkup, which they have been doing in Trinidad for many years. The results indicate a clean bill of health. Mrs. Granger first joined the scheme 28 years ago as a CARICOM Secretariat staff member, and the president, as her spouse, was eligible to join. The first couple has been traveling to Trinidad and Tobago for annual medical examinations for over 12 years, long before the president's entrance into active politics. They will both undergo 2 more days of physical examinations and medical tests as part of their annual medical checkup, which is usually done in August each year. However, President Granger opted to do those tests in May this year so that he would be in Guyana for the lead up to local government elections, which are due this year. Commonwealth Games gold medalist Troy Doris returned home. The U.S.-based Guyanese triple jumper accepted an invitation by the National Sports Commission to visit during the week of Guyana's 52nd Independence Anniversary celebrations.
Guyana's champion Commonwealth gold medalist Troy Doris this evening made his much-anticipated visit to Guyana. Born in Chicago to Guyanese parents, Doris placed 8th at the 2012 U.S. Olympic trials in the triple jump before deciding to compete for Guyana. Doris was Guyana's flag bearer at the 2016 Summer Olympics closing ceremony. Having won the Commonwealth gold medal in the triple jump, Doris has moved from 9th position all the way to the top.
The first part, I always kind of just considered myself like a world contender, even as a U.S. athlete. But making that transition just made it, I don't want to say easier, but it opened a lot more doors for me as far as being like as a representative for the country. But it's good to be able to like represent Guyana at the Diamond League because now these announcers from the UK are starting to say Guyana.
Doris is the only Guyanese to win a gold medal at the 2018 edition of the event and the first since 2002 when Alian Pompey won the 400 meters final in England. The athlete said his success is due to dedication and hard work.
Training is something that I have to do maybe 5-6 days a week. And it's a lot of time, a lot of money that goes into it. But like I said earlier, it's gratifying. And it's worth it.
Director of Sports Christopher Jones said this accomplishment is a major boost for the local sports sector.
What Troy would have achieved is that he would have essentially placed Guyana on the world's map, on the world stage. And it's testimony to what could be achieved by our athletes once hard work, dedication is put in. But essentially, and what is critical to all of that, is the support from government.
Doris will be a special guest at the National Sports Commission's Sports Award and Dinner, among other scheduled meetings and courtesy calls. Renetta LaFleur, InfoHub.
Linden youths are elated that the National Youth Week activities were taken to the mining town.
I'm very elated to be a part of this event today. I must say that it was well put together, perfectly executed. We welcome it. We would like to see more of youth empowerment being done in Linden, not only Georgetown, and we are forever grateful.
Anthony Jordan there speaking frankly about his delight with the National Youth Week activities being extended to Linden, where the young people are faced with a number of challenges, including the long-standing issue of finding employment. While there are signs of improvement in this regard, Ruben Chung, a student of Christianburg Wisma Secondary School, echoed similar statements to Jordan.
Well, I'm happy that they focused in on Linden because Linden does need a lot of upgrading and advancements, and the youths apparently show the care for that, and the ministry showing up here to do good for Linden is much appreciated by us.
The forum was held at Lycos Hall and featured addresses by the Minister of Social Cohesion, Dr. George Norton, child protection officers, educators, police and youth, and UNESCO representatives. The minister underscored the importance of youths and applauded them for voicing their concerns on the issues that affected them. He reassured young people that their welfare remains a priority of this administration.
This is the importance that this administration is giving to the youth population in this country. We've got to get them involved. We've got to listen to the issues that are affecting them. And most of all, we've got to recognize the important role they will play in our society and are playing at this moment.
Director of Youth Melissa Carmichael said the huge turnout reflected the interest shown by youths in their development.
The young people in Region 10 would have asked for a youth forum where they'll get an opportunity to discuss some burning issues as it relates to youth development. And that's exactly what we did. We had a turnout of more than 150. We were catering for 150. We had a turnout of approximately 200 persons, and we're certainly happy about that. It says that young people are both interested in what's happening with regards to their development, and they actually want that opportunity to be included in the discussions with regards to their development.
National Youth Week activities continue today with a career knowledge fair at the Marconi Technical Institute. We'll have that report for you in tomorrow's Info Hub. This year's activities are being hosted under the theme Empowering Young People to Foster National and Community Development Through Innovation. For Info Hub, Natisha Isaacs.
The Attorney General's Chambers is open to considering a lifestyle audit legislation to assist in Ghana's fight against anti-money laundering, terrorist financing, and other financial crimes. More from Stacey Carmichael.
Commonwealth Legal Advisor Shadrach Haruna, speaking earlier this month on the sidelines of the Judges and Prosecutors Anti-Money Laundering Workshop, said if the legislation is implemented, it will be an effective tool in combating money laundering and tax evasion. A lifestyle audit determines if the lifestyle of a person matches his or her known income stream. Attorney General and Minister of Legal Affairs Basil Williams, while agreeing with Haruna, pointed out that the Guyana Revenue Authority and the State Assets Recovery Agency have similar powers.
Latterly, SARA has a power akin to that, which speaks of an irresistible inference being raised in circumstances wherein the person is exhibiting enormous wealth when in fact they have no capacity to earn or create such wealth. That's in SARA.
The lifestyle audit legislation was enacted in Canada. It is reportedly successful in curbing anti-money laundering and tax evasion in that jurisdiction.
I haven't seen the wording of the Canadian legislation, and as lawyers, I'll have to reserve judgment until I see it. But that, of course, will help in our trust against corruption and proceeds of illicit conduct.
Guyana, which was once blacklisted by the Financial Action Task Force and the Caribbean Financial Action Task Force under the previous PPP government, is now in its fourth round of mutual evaluation. For InfoHub, Stacey Carmichael.
The inaugural Guyana Carnival is in full swing. International soca artist Cass is performing at the Marriott this evening. Zanil and Stefan tells us how local artists are also getting a boost.
I think that tonight when persons come to this event, they will be blown away by what we did in terms of the decor, and I think it's going to be a fantastic show. What Kes had requested also is that we incorporated the Guyanese act during his performance. I think he's also working on putting a song on that.
Guyana Carnival, slated for May 18 to 27, is officially in effect and local businesses set to benefit. The highly anticipated Tuesday on the Rocks, slated this evening, will feature Kes the Band, Ravi B, Tamika Marshall, Jomo Primo, Lil Red, Trevor Vibes, and a selection of DJs. According to Kes the Band's manager, Simon Baptiste, Guyanese will be able to take away a special experience from the show.
Tonight, everyone's going to get a treat to a very dynamic show. Not only in terms of the quality performance that's going to be provided by Kes the Band, but also the production effort that has gone into this. It's really of an incredibly high standard. People are going to be able to take in an experience that certainly is beyond the call of productions they may have witnessed in the past.
One of the coordinators, Kerwin Barlers, says that the events have been well attended thus far.
The event so far has been really good, the turnout, lots of local support, lots of overseas, like we've seen persons who never came to Guyana before. We said, listen, you know, we just heard about this and we always want to come to Guyana. Now we have the perfect opportunity.
Make sure that you come out tonight.
As Kes the Band collaborates with local artists. From Marriott's parking lot with videographer Kwesi Wishart, Zanil Williams,
and Stefan Gabriel for Info Hub.
If you use those new pedestrian overpasses, then please note that the ones at Providence and Diamond will be temporarily closed to allow for the installation of the elevators. Providence will be closed today and tomorrow, and Diamond will be closed on Thursday and Friday. Keep enjoying Carnival, but be responsible. Don't drink and drive. Goodbye.